Good day, I'm Sergey, and for today's lesson, I'm going to discuss to you about center radius form of the equation of a circle. So let's start. For today's lesson, I'm gonna teach you now about the center radius form of the equation of a circle. So here's our objectives. At the end of the lesson, you are expected to illustrate the center radius form of the equation of a circle if the center of a circle is at the origin and at the point HK. Write the equation of a circle in center radius form or the standard form given the center and radius of a circle. And write the equation of a circle form standard form to general form and vice versa. Okay, so the standard form of the equation of a circle. The standard form, also known as center radius form of the circle equation, is in the format quantity of x minus h squared plus quantity of y minus k squared equals r squared, with the center being at the point hk and the radius of r units. The values of h and k indicate that the circle is translated h units horizontally and k units vertically from the origin. So there are two cases on how to find the equation of a circle where n, center, and radius are given. So case 1, the equation of a circle centered at the origin. So if the center of the circle is at the origin of the coordinate plane, the equation is x squared plus y squared equals r squared, where r is the radius. So here's the illustration for case 1. Okay, so our center is at the origin. Okay, right here. If the center is at the origin, therefore the coordinates are 0, 0. Okay, so the coordinates are 0, 0. If the center is at the origin. Next, case 2, the equation of a circle is at the point HK. So when the center of the circle is at the point HK, the equation becomes quantity of x minus h squared plus quantity of y minus k squared equals r squared. So here's the illustration for case 2. Okay, so the center is not in the origin. So it is not 0, 0. The coordinates is not 0, 0 for our center. The center is right here. So that is HK. Okay, so the center is not in the origin, so it is not 0, 0. That is HK. So if the center is not in the origin at the point HK, so here is the equation. The equation becomes like this. Quantity of x minus h squared plus quantity of y minus k squared equals r squared. Okay, so examples. Okay, example number 1. Write the center radius form of the equation of a circle given the center at the origin and the radius 2 units. Okay, so step 1, identify the center coordinates and the radius. Okay, so the center coordinates are is at the origin, so therefore the coordinates are 0, 0, and the radius is 2 units. Okay, next, step 2, substitute the center coordinates and the radius into the center radius form. Okay, so the center radius form is quantity of x minus h squared plus quantity of y minus k squared equals r squared. So let's substitute the given to our center radius form. Okay, so if we substitute it, yung ating h dito, ito yung ating h at saka k. So puro yan 0. Okay, so i-substitute natin yung mga value ng h at saka k dito sa ating center radius form. So dito yung ating h, papalitan natin ng 0. The same also with our k. Papalitan din natin siya ng 0. So that will become quantity of x minus 0 squared plus quantity of y minus 0 squared equals, yung r naman ay papalitan natin ng 2. So yan ay magiging 2 squared. Okay? Equals 2 squared. Then if we simplify it further, that will become x squared plus y squared equals 4. Okay? Kasi x minus 0 is x. So that will become x squared plus y minus 0 is y. So that will become y squared equals 2 squared is 4. Okay, so be careful lang to include the negative signs when substituting the center coordinates. Okay, just in case lang naman the coordinates are negative. So be careful with that. Okay, next. Example number 2. Find the center radius form of the equation of a circle. Describes a circle with a center at 4, 2 and a radius of 4 units. Okay, so step 1, identify the center coordinates and the radius. Okay, so the center coordinates are 4, 2 and the radius is 4 units. Then, step 2, substitute the center coordinates and radius into the center radius form. So the center radius form is quantity of x minus h squared plus quantity of y minus k squared equals r squared. So let's substitute the given to our center radius form. Okay, so yung h, papalitan siya natin ng 4 at yung k ay papalitan naman natin ng 2. Then yung r, papalitan natin ng 4. Okay? So that will become quantity of x minus 4 squared plus quantity of y minus 2 squared equals 4 squared. Then simplify it further. The equation of the circle given the center coordinates 4, 2 and a radius of 4 units is quantity of x minus 4 squared plus quantity of y minus 2 squared equals 16. Okay, so i-expand mo lang itong ating 4 squared and that will become 16. So this is now the equation of the circle given the center coordinates 4, 2 and a radius of 4 units. So ito na ang magiging equation ng ating circle. Okay? Let me label this one. This is the equation. The equation of the circle. Okay? So again, be careful to include the signs when substituting the center coordinates. Okay, next is the general equation of a circle. So kanina class, what we did is, given yung ating center at saka yung radius, kinuha natin yung equation ng ating circle. Yung equation ng circle na yun is yung center radius form na equation or the standard equation. Now, we are going to discuss about the general equation of a circle. So, ito naman ngayon ay ang general equation ng ating circle. So, circle equations are often found in the general form of ax squared plus by squared plus cx plus dy plus e equals 0, where c, d, and e are constant. Using the completing the square technique, convert the equation into an easier form. So here are the following steps in converting the general form into the center radius form, or the center radius form to general form. So steps for converting general form into the center radius form. Number 1, group the x and y terms on the left-hand side of the equation. Number 2, move the constant term on the right-hand side. Number 3, complete the square for the x and y groups, and divide the x term coefficient by 2, square the result, and add it to the x group. Then divide the y term coefficient by 2, square the result, and add it to the y group. And number 4, add the same quantity to the right-hand side that was added to the left-hand side. Number 5, write the x group, y group, and constant as perfect squares, then ensure that the values of h and k are subtracted from x and y respectively. Okay, so example number 3, write a quantity of x plus 2 squared plus quantity of y minus 1 squared equals 81 in its general form. Okay, so ito, gagawin siya nating general equation. So from standard equation to general equation. So step 1, multiply out the center radius form to obtain the general form of the equation. Okay, so here's the given. Quantity of x plus 2 squared plus quantity of y minus 1 squared equals 81. Okay, so what we are going to do here is i-expand natin itong quantity of x plus 2 squared at itong quantity of y minus 1 squared. And then itong 81, ililipat muna natin siya dito sa left-hand side ng ating equation. So notice that in this form, we can clearly see that the equation of a circle has both x squared and y squared terms, and these terms have the same coefficient. Okay? So we multiply now or expand itong ating quantity of x plus 2 squared at quantity of y minus 1 squared. And that will become x squared, itong ating quantity of x plus 2 squared, that will become x squared, quantity of x squared plus 4x plus 4. And ito namang quantity of y minus 1 squared will become y squared, quantity of y squared minus 2y plus 1. Pero how did we get itong ating x squared plus 4x plus 4? By expanding the quantity of x plus 2 squared. Okay, so as you can remember the special products, okay, we can multiply it using the FOIL method. Okay, so that is x plus 2 times x plus 2. Okay, for the x plus 2, for the quantity of x plus 2 squared. Ayan. So x times x ka lang dyan, yan ay x squared, then x times 2, that is 2x, and 2 times x is 2x, then 2 times 2 is positive 4. Okay? So simplify it further, and that will become x squared plus 4x, kasi 2x plus 2x is 4x plus 4. Okay, so yung quantity of x plus 2 squareds will become quantity of x squared plus 4x plus 4. The next naman is yung quantity of y minus 1 squared. So the same pa rin, i-expand natin yan. So y minus 1 times y minus 1. And that is y squared, y times y squared, and then y times negative 1 is negative 1y. The negative 1 times y is negative 1y, then negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. So if we simplify it further, yan ay magiging y squared minus 2y. Okay, kasi negative 1y minus 1y is negative 2y plus 1. Okay, so itong quantity of y minus 1 squared ay magiging quantity of y squared minus 2y plus 1 equals 81. Okay? So, let me erase this one. Okay, erase ko muna to, class. Ayan. Next is transform the equation in general form. Okay, so ita-transform na natin yung ating equation in general form. Pagsama-samahin na natin. Okay? So next is combine the same terms of the equation to make it a general form of the circle or general equation of the circle. Okay, so dito, class, ang gagawin natin ay i-combine na natin. Okay? So yan ay magiging x squared na. Ito, i-combine na natin to lahat. X squared plus y squared plus 4x minus 2y plus 4 plus 1. And then, itong 81 na nasa right-hand side, ililipat natin dito sa left-hand side ng ating equation. So, be careful with the sign ha kapag ililipat natin. So, itong positive 81 kapag nilipat natin sa left-hand side ng ating equation, yan ay magiging negative 81 na. Okay? Then, simplify it further. Okay, simplify pa natin to, class. Then, the final result is x squared plus y squared plus 4x minus 2y minus 76 equals 0. Okay? Itong 76, itong negative 76 na yan, that is the result of 4 plus 1 minus 81, negative 76. Take note na itong ating mga terms na may mga variable, hindi na natin yan pwedeng i-combine kasi they are not similar terms. Hindi yan mga similar terms, kaya hindi natin pwedeng i-add or i-minus. Ang pwede lang natin i-add or i-minus dito ay itong ating mga constant. So 4 plus 1 minus 81 is negative 76. So the final result is x squared plus y squared plus 4x minus 2y minus 76 equals 0. So this is now the general equation of the general form of this equation. Okay? So ito na yung kanyang general equation. So dito sa example number 3, ang ginawa natin, kinonvert natin itong standard equation. Ito ay standard equation. Kinonvert natin siya into general equation. Okay? So next is write here in example number 4, write x squared plus y squared minus 6x minus 10y plus 18 equals 0 into center radius form of the equation of a circle by completing the square. Okay, class, in this example, ito naman ay yung ating general equation. Gagawin natin siya ngayong center radius form or the standard equation or the standard form. So yung general equation, gagawin natin standard equation. Okay, step 1, i-group muna natin yung mga x and y terms on the left-hand side of the equation. Okay, so i-group natin yan. Ayan. So yung x squared at saka negative 6x, yan, magkagrupo sila. Plus Yung y squared naman at negative 10y, magkagrupo din. Then, plus 18 equals 0. Okay? So, quantity of x squared minus 6x plus quantity of y squared minus 10y plus 18 equals 0. Okay, next is move the constant term to the right-hand side. Okay, dito class, kapag nag-move ka ng ating term galing sa isang particular na side papunta sa ibang side, be careful of the sign of the constant term in moving to the left-hand side of the equation. Okay? Dito class, from the left-hand side ng ating equation, ilalagay natin siya doon sa right-hand side ng ating equation. Ayan. So, be careful of the sign. So, yung positive 18, naging negative 18 na yan, ha? Okay, so that will become quantity of x squared minus 6x plus quantity of y squared minus 10y equals negative 18. Then, complete the square for the x and y group. Okay, so ngayon class, kukumpletuhin na natin yung mga square ng x at saka ng y groups natin. Okay, so una muna ay itong x squared minus 6x. Okay, so take the coefficient of the x term, then divide by 2 and square the result. Okay, so ano ba yung coefficient ng ating x dito? Okay, so the coefficient of x is negative 6. So what we are going to do is, yung negative 6, i-divide natin sa 2. Okay? Yung negative 6 is i-divide natin sa 2. So negative 6, quantity of negative 6 divided by 2 squared. I-erase natin yan sa 2 ha. Always, don't forget always the exponent here. I-erase natin yan sa 2. Then negative 6, i-divide mo muna, negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. And negative 3 squared is equal to 9. Okay? So the result is, i-add natin doon sa ating x group. Okay? Add the result to the x group. So that will become x squared minus 6x plus 9. Okay, next naman is dito sa y group natin. Okay, yung ating y group ay y squared minus 10y. So complete the square for the y group. Take the coefficient of the y term. So ano ba yung coefficient ng ating y? Itong negative 10. So yung negative 10, i-divide natin sa 2, then i-erase natin to 2. Okay? So that will become quantity of negative 10 divided by 2 raised to 2. Negative 10 divided by 2 is negative 5. Negative 5 squared is equal to 25. Then add the result to the y group. That will become y squared minus 10y plus 25. The next is add whatever was added to the left-hand side to the right-hand side. So pagsama-samahin na natin lahat. Okay? So that will become x squared minus 6x plus 9 plus quantity of y squared minus 10y plus 25 equals negative 18 plus 9 plus 25. So take note, kung ano ang in-add mo dito sa ating left-hand side, yun din yung i-add mo dito sa right-hand side ng ating equation. So dito, nag-add tayo ng 9 at saka ng 25. Di ba? 9 dito sa ating x group at 25 naman sa ating y group. So i-add, kung ano yung in-add natin dito sa left-hand side ng ating equation, yun din ang i-add natin dito sa right-hand side ng ating equation. So mag-a-add din tayo dito ng 9 at saka ng 25 para maging balance yung ating equation. Okay, next. Simplify that one and that will become quantity of x squared minus 6x plus 9 plus quantity of y squared minus 10y plus 25 equals 16. Negative 18 plus 9 plus 25 is positive 16. Okay? The next is, write it now in the form of yung ating center radius form na quantity of x minus h squared plus quantity of y minus k squared equals r squared. And identify the values of h and k of the center of the circle and r for radius. Okay, so what we are going to do is gagawin natin itong perfect square class. Okay? Gagawin natin itong perfect square. Itong ating x group at saka y group, pati itong radius. So gagawin natin mga perfect square yan. So right here in the step 5, write the x group, y group, and constant as perfect square. Then ensure that the values of h and k are subtracted from x and y respectively. Okay, so kapag gagawin nating x group to class, ano ba yung magfo-focus ka lang dito sa ating x sa first term at saka dito sa ating last term sa constant. Okay, so ano ba yung factors ng ating constant na 9 na kapag inadd mo, ang sagot ay negative 6? Okay, so ang factors ni 9, dito ko na lang ilalagay. Kapag inadd mo, ang sagot ay negative 6 ay negative 3 times negative 3, di ba? Negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. At kapag inadd mo naman yan, negative 3 plus negative 3 is, yan naman ay magiging negative 6. Right? Kapag inadd mo. Okay. So therefore, the factors of the x group, okay, is a quantity of x minus 3 squared. Okay? So, ayan. Then, dito naman sa ating y group class, focus ka lang din dito sa y sa first term at saka sa last term, yung ating constant na 25. Ano ba yung factors ni 25 na kapag inadd mo, ang sagot ay negative 10? Okay? So that is negative 5 times negative 5. Kasi negative 5 times negative 5 is positive 25. Then kung i-add mo naman yan, negative 5 plus negative 5 is negative 10. Okay? So the factors of the perfect, pag ginawa natin siyang perfect square, yan ay magiging quantity of y minus 5 squared equals, yung ating 16 naman ay 4 squared. Diba? So ginawa natin siyang perfect square lahat. Yung ating x group, yung y group, pati itong ating radius. So ito na ngayon ang ating center radius form or the standard equation. Quantity of x minus 3 squared plus quantity of y minus 5 squared equals 4 squared. Okay? So yung 16 natin dito class, yung 16, yan ay 4 squared kapag ginawa natin perfect square. Okay, then for the final result, quantity of x minus 3 squared plus quantity of y minus 5 squared equals 4 squared. Okay, so this is the final result now in our example number 4. So ito na yung ating standard equation or the center radius form. This is now the standard equation. Okay? So be careful lang kayo dito. Kaya tayo naglagay dito ng parenthesis kasi to indicate that the h and k are positive. Okay? Kaya lang naman ako naglagay ng parenthesis dito to indicate that itong ating h at ang ating k ay mga positive number. Okay? So that's all for this day. Okay, thank you for listening.